Fallout 5 has been greenlit by Todd Howard, and it is coming after The Elder Scrolls 6. So in this video, we are going to break down every little bit of information in regards to Fallout 5, as we've talked about New Vegas, Vegas 2, Fallout 3 Remaster, and more Fallout projects on this channel. Let's start off with the major news by leaker Jez Cordon, who states that Fallout 5 is now reportedly fully greenlit according to Jez Cordon. This report comes from the latest episode of the Xbox 2 podcast, where Windows Central executive editor Jez Cordon discussed how Xbox is handling Fallout as a franchise moving forward. However, he didn't know what studio would be developing Fallout 5, as he believes Bethesda Game Studios core teams are currently busy working on additional Starfield DLC and Elder Scrolls 6. This report continues on GameSpot.com, which reads, Cordon said from what he has heard, part of the forward push for Fallout 5 and Fallout in general came at the expense of ZeniMax Online Next MMO codenamed Blackbird, which was cancelled as part of Microsoft's latest round of layoffs. As Cordon explains, MMOs are expensive to build and have to compete with established games like World of Warcraft and even ZeniMax's own The Elder Scrolls Online. With that in mind, Microsoft made the decision to cancel ZeniMax's unannounced project and invest that money into Fallout, an established IP that would more likely be a surefire win. From what I heard, it was a case of, do we want to sink a ton of money into getting this project Blackbird to a point where it can compete with the established players in the market, or do we want to allocate that investment towards making Fallout 5, Cordon said. A project Blackbird was still in pre-production when it was cancelled, but no official details about the next game from the Elder Scrolls Online dev had been announced. It has reportedly been in development since 2018, ran on a new engine, and was to be a new sci-fi IP. Development on the game was said to have been going well and had begun ramping up. Higher-ups at Xbox seemingly approving of the game just a few months prior to cancellation. Regardless of who is developing Fallout 5, the fact that it is greenlit now means it will likely be many years before its release. However, a Fallout 3 remaster is reportedly in the works that could arrive sooner. So it is very unfortunate that Project Blackbird was cancelled, but business-wise it does kind of make sense for them to want to allocate more funds, since the popularity of the franchise skyrocketed with the TV series. And it's known that Bethesda have been very behind with the Fallout franchise and just were not ready for the success of the Fallout TV show, still haven't got a new Fallout project, remaster, or brand new game ready for the release of Season 2. So yes, as of 2025 and going into 2026, Bethesda Game Studios with Todd Howard as the lead is fully working on the Elder Scrolls 6. Now we also know that Todd Howard already kind of has a plan for Fallout 5, as he knew what they were going to be doing for Fallout 5 when he suggested that the TV series couldn't actually tell a certain story or go into a certain setting, because those were plans already in place for Fallout 5. And this was all the way back when the Season 1 was in development, even before they were filming, when they were writing the scripts of the show. They were developing the story of the show. Back then, Todd Howard had a plan for Fallout 5. However, just last year in April 2024, Xbox wanted the new Fallout game, the next Fallout game, to come sooner rather than later. This article comes from InsiderGamer.com, and it states that now it has been claimed that Xbox is hyper aware of the anticipation for the next Fallout game and is eager to explore opportunities to make that arrive sooner rather than later. Presently, it's expected that the next Fallout game, potentially just Fallout 5, won't arrive until the 2030s. Bethesda Game Studios needs to finish development on Starfield and then create and release the Elder Scrolls 6. It was recently revealed that a playable build of the Elder Scrolls 6 exists, but it's years from completion. With that in mind, and taking into consideration the recent popularity explosion of the Fallout franchise, it comes as no surprise that Xbox wants to expedite the development of Fallout 5. And on a recent episode of Xbox 2 podcast, Jez Cordon claimed that the company is aware of the demand for the Fallout label, and everyone is acutely aware of how successful the next title in the series will be. At this point, one of the only avenues the companies could take to speed up the development of Fallout 5 is to take it away from Bethesda Game Studios entirely. That would make it the first major Fallout game not developed by Bethesda since 2010's Fallout New Vegas. The hype will inevitably die off, but now there's a stellar television series in the mix, and each new season will bring players flooding back. And now is also the perfect time for Xbox to take advantage of this. And as a business move, this is extremely smart. We cannot wait for Bethesda to take another almost decade to create Fallout 5, as it seems that Elder Scrolls 6 is still a long way off, as Todd Howard claimed just recently. This means that Fallout 5 will be even longer, as Elder Scrolls 6 will likely arrive in 2028, and then Fallout 5 will go into full active development, and then probably another 7 to 8 year wait for Fallout 5. And now the fact that the game has been fully greenlit could mean they found another developer to take the lead on Fallout 5, with Todd Howard coming in to help navigate the story and kind of give his thought on what he thinks should be in Fallout 5 5, but then leaving this new game developer to it. Todd Howard also spoke to Den of Geek just last year with his co-producer of the Fallout TV series, Jonathan Nolan, about Fallout 5, which I'm reading from InsiderGaming.com, and where Todd Howard made a telling comment that lets us know he's got Fallout 5 all figured out. While there were some things where I said, don't do this because we are going to do that in Fallout 5, in a similar sentiment, Jonathan Nolan, an executive producer on the Fallout TV show, said, we know all about Fallout 5 and we're not telling anyone. So it is very likely that Todd Howard does have a huge plan for Fallout 5 and has the story all figured out, to the point that he told Jonathan Nolan what it's going to be, so that the Fallout TV show doesn't feel or does anything similar, step on his toes for his plan for Fallout 5. And because Todd Howard already has a plan for Fallout 5, it is likely that this can still be the plan going forward, even if another developer takes charge. Back in November 2021, Todd Howard already claimed that Bethesda has a one-pager for Fallout 5, but it's still a while off, where in an interview with IGN, according to GamesRadar.com, Howard became the first official Bethesda spokesperson to utter the title Fallout 5, even though it seemed inevitable for a while that the studio would continue one of its most popular series. Look, Fallout's really part of our DNA. We've worked with other people from time to time. I can't say what's going to happen, you know, we have a one-pager on Fallout 5, what we want to do. He also stated again, if I could wave my hand and have Fallout 5 out, you know, I'd like to find a way to accelerate what we do, but I can't really say today or commit to anything like what's going to happen when. But Howard also said on the Kinda Funny Games podcast a couple of years ago that Fallout 5 and future games in the series will mostly be set in the United States. Previous entries have historically taken us to post-apocalyptic version of cities in the US, from the likes of Boston in Fallout 4 to Washington DC in Fallout 3, and his view is that part of the Fallout shtick is on the Americana naivete, and for us right now it's okay to sort of acknowledge those other areas, but our plan is to predominantly keep it in the US. Now we know that multiple Fallout projects are currently in development over at Xbox Studios, with Fallout 3 Remaster and also the New Vegas Remaster by Virtuous Studios. Insider Gaming also learned from Bethesda employees that multiple Fallout projects are planned, and that they heard from Bethesda Game Studios' John Rush and Bill Lacoste at Summer Game Fest that there are stacks of ideas for Fallout games but couldn't share anything with Insider Gaming. So it does seem Xbox has had enough of the weight of Fallout 5, and it is very smart to have other game studios build a new Fallout game and have consistent Fallout games coming out, as the Fallout franchise is more popular than it's ever been due to the series. And yes, Fallout 5 may be in development by another developer, but they could always change it behind the scenes and not really label it a Fallout 5 and call it something like a spin-off title like New Vegas was. I also think that they should start exploring different countries, really expand the Fallout franchise out, and even maybe hire some of these amazing Fallout modders like the Fallout London team, be a part of a new Fallout studio and create some more Fallout games. It seems now that yes, Fallout 5 is greenlit, and it's likely that we won't have to wait till the 2030s for it, maybe around 4 to 5 years from now. I'm sure once it starts getting into active development, we will hear some more insider leaks soon, and we'll find out exactly who is going to be developing this project, whether it's a new team or a current Xbox studio that hasn't really got a plan, or maybe Obsidian due to their past history with Fallout projects and with The Outer Worlds, which was a very similar game to Fallout. But Fallout 5 has been greenlit, Todd Howard has a plan for the game, and it seems that Xbox do not want to wait till the 2030s and want to get a brand new Fallout game, not just the remasters, out before the end of the decade. I'm also going to be doing a Fallout pipeline video, so stay tuned for that, and we've also gone over the Elder Scrolls and much more other franchises. Go ahead and watch those videos, they're in the description and pinned comment section below. And guys, I wanted to announce the Witch Hunt collection, which is going to be the first collection that will be available on the Balboa Club store when it launches. This specific collection is inspired by the Witcher series and the dark fantasy genre. This is a brand that I've really wanted to make for a long time. I didn't just want to make merch, but I wanted to make something special, something that mixes the really cool designs of the wrestling world with the things that we love the most, video games. And of course, the first design had to be inspired by my favorite game of all time, The Witcher 3. So this is something special that I've created for you. I want you to join the club, and I will announce when the store is about to launch through this channel. Now we're even going to TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and join the Balboa Club today. Bye bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.